Hey, what's up, guys? We'll see 69 here back at you. So we got our drive shaft. I actually got it out there hanging on a tree, drying right now. So what I need to do now is kind of work on this shifter that we got going on. It's this guy right here. I know I've showed it before, but I need to devise a way to mount this to this plate that goes in the transmission tunnel. So what I think I want to do here is I got some bolts and some spacers. Now I wanted inch-long spacers, but they only had 1.5 inches. So I'm gonna have to cut these down. And what I think I want to do is just kind of raise this up, like on this plate, make it so that it comes up off here about 1 inch or so, and that should give me the right height that I need for it to sit in my center console really good. And I'm just gonna mount these underneath, kind of pop through and hold this plate, and then I'll bolt this down to the plate using these little 1/4 inch bolts and nuts. So I'm gonna start working on that. I'll let you guys know how it turns out. Hey, what's up, guys? Back at you here. It is the next day. I worked a couple hours last night on that shifter. I'll show you what I got done so far. Probably spent about 2 hours on it, maybe. Now this is the plate. Now some guy in the comments a while back mentioned that there was a plate on the transmission tunnel. He was absolutely right. I'll show you where I got that off of. It's actually really extremely easy to get to. Even the carpet was already cut out underneath the center console. But if you can kind of see in here, it goes like right here. And honestly, I do believe that this was meant for, maybe a manual transmission or some kind of floor shifter or something. Because they actually got, this is like some kind of like protective thing against the metal underneath the vehicle. And they actually got like a little cutout for like maybe a cable or something like that. So this is going to work out great, because that plate just kind of mounts to these little areas right here. So, like I said, worked a couple hours last night on that. We got it all mounted to this plate pretty nice. I think it's going to be pretty stable enough. Now this shifter is kind of tight. It's really, it takes a little bit, to move it back and forth and stuff. So, but I don't think it's going to pull up on this plate enough to cause any damage or anything. I think it's going to be plenty strong enough. Plus, I put some nice 3/8 bolts and washers underneath the side here. I was going to put like a plate down here also to kind of strengthen it up, but I was like, well, we'll just try like this first. If it rocks like this, then we'll go ahead and send it. But anyway, I did have to cut a little hole in it, like right here, to get this cable to pass through. And it wasn't a very big hole, probably like maybe this size. I had to get this piece right in here just to go through there. So it was like a little square. And then I used some of this rubber stuff that I got off of Amazon. This is pretty good stuff. I use this on the radiator mounts so the radiator mounts wouldn't cut through the radiator. So this is really good stuff. Got it off of Amazon. Wasn't very much. I think like $10 for like 3 12x12 sheets. And then I put a little RTV sealant on the bottom side here. Use some of this Gorilla Glue. This is good stuff, guys. Just don't get this in your hair. Don't get it in there at all, because you will have to cut it out. Funny thing is, even after that chick did that, when I was trying to stick this onto this little foam pad here last night, I had my shirt off, and I actually got some on the edge of the bench here, and I kind of leaned up against it, and sure enough, I got some in my chest hair, and I thought, well, I'll just use some of this this alcohol that I got right here. Try to get it off. No, it was stuck in there, so I had to use the scissors to cut it out. So yeah, definitely do not get that in your hair, guys. Don't get it in there at all. But anyway, I think I'm ready to install this bad boy. I think it's going to work out just fine. So go ahead and set the camera up and we'll get this thing installed. guys, that took a little bit, probably about a half hour. But man, I tell you what, it is looking good. Look at this. Just easily go down into drive. If you want. Now the thing about this this hammer shifter here, when you want, it only comes down this far, but if you want to like go into third, do that. Second, do that. First, go like that. Then to go back up, you go wham, 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 and you just like that. It's really short throw, really nice. So it's easy, like, you know, reverse, drive, boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah. I tell you what, guys, I'm gonna like this thing. It fits really nice, and it's really not putting a whole lot of pressure on that plate right there. I think it's gonna be just fine. Yeah, I think so. All right, so now I just gotta hook it up down underneath, and I think we're good to go. All right, guys, I'm underneath the vehicle. I just got this cable here mounted for a hammer throw shifter. One thing I noticed, it's a little difficult to adjust this. So I just run it through the gears. So make sure you do this. That way you don't bring your transmission up. Just kind of run it through the gears and make sure this this guy right here slides in and out of the hole really good. I put it in drive. It got a little tight, so I had to adjust this nut right here. But all in all, I think I got it good in park and I got it pretty good in drive. When it's all the way down low, it's a little tight, but I think that'll be fine. The majority of the time, it's going to be spinning in drive anyway. So as long as this peg slides in and out of the hole really good in drive, you should be good to go. Whoops, forgot one important ingredient. I'm gonna have to button this neutral safety switch up real quick. If I can get it on there. Let's see what I'm doing. Let's shift gears. Okay. All right, that's a little better. This bottom one here. Get it on there. Come on, guy. There we go. Kind of a tight spot. What is happening here? Okay. Try this again. No? It's always the littlest things that'll get you. Come on, get on there. Okay, we're gonna have to do this the hard way. Okay, finally got it. Sometimes the smallest things always cause the most trouble. I had to use a pair of needle nose pliers to get them damn things on, but we got it, so I think we're good to go. I'm gonna button this thing back up. I'm not gonna worry about the backup light switch just yet, because I'm gonna have to dig those wires out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw everything back together and then call it a day. We'll send it and go from there. All right, guys, so it is actually 5 months later. I want to say I did that back in July. I think it was like a week after July 4th. I think it was like July 7th on my camera roll. Totally forgot about that footage that I had. But, you know, better late than never, you know. It's kind of the way I look at it. Anyway, you know, some good footage, you know. So if some of you guys, you know, got questions on what you want to do for the shifter, hopefully this will help. Now, I could have kind of like fabric cobbled something to use the original column shifter. That was the original idea. I was going to do that, but yeah, I wanted something different, and it actually turned out really good. I got the interior back together. I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like. All right, so this is what it looks like with center console back in place where it goes. As you can see here, it fit in this like little cubby hole, absolutely perfect. I did have to cut a little bit out of it, you know, down here, but that really wasn't that hard. It's just some cheap plastic anyway. Really the only thing I gotta do is kind of like cover this up a little bit to make it look a lot nicer. So what I ended up doing, I picked this up. It's just like some blacked out plexiglass. I picked this up off of Amazon for like $5 or $6. And I want to make a little piece to kind of cover this up a little bit. And the shifter actually came with a boot. I'll show you what it looks like. Yeah, so there's the original shifter that came with it. The B&M Hammer throw shifter. Yeah, obviously I wasn't going to be able to use that and keep my center console. So I picked this plexiglass up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a little area, the size that's on that center console, and then we're going to mount this boot in there as well. And then we got a new little indicator that we can use. This is kind of what came with. It kind of mounts like right here on this universal console that they ship with it. So what I plan on going to do, I'm going to probably cut this little area out here and maybe mount it in here. I think it'll look pretty sick when it gets done. I'm actually going to start working on that next week, probably a little bit maybe before Christmas. Try to get that done and get that buttoned up, because after these holidays, we're definitely going to get to work on this thing. It's really nice out right now. This is kind of strange. I live in the middle of Illinois. The weather is absolutely beautiful. It was like 70 degrees the other day. I can't believe it. My entire life, I have never seen a 70-degree day here in Illinois, but I'll take it. But anyway, so that's kind of the update now. Sorry, I've been a little lacking on the updates lately. I've just been working like a dog, at work. Got a lot of overtime going on, which I have not been paid overtime in years. So I'm actually kind of liking it. But anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed the update. And until next time, we'll see you.